One take, one shot. This is the WrestlePalooza review where I do it all without any edits to this video. Unless I have to stop to throw up, because when I talk about that opening match, it makes me want to vomit. I was so freaking upset about that first match. I have not been this mad since WrestleMania 30. No joke whatsoever. But before we get into that, how about you try to win this belt? All you got to do to win is comment below. At 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away this belt right here. Not a toy, it's a replica. Trying to quit the day job. All you got to do to win is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding, 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 notification. All right, so this opening match. John Cena, the Unseen 17, with literally five appearances left. They ruined his retirement tour by making him a heel for 6 months. And yes, there were some entertaining aspects to it, but they had no idea what to do with John Cena's heel turn, that they just flipped him. Oh, gee, guys, I don't want to ruin wrestling. And then we have 5 appearances left. They give us Brock Lesnar. I don't want Brock Lesnar. I want Dominic Mysterio. I want Braun Breaker. I want many other people. If you're going to give us a rematch against someone, make it AJ Styles. But nope, we get the Beast incarnate. And we open up and right away they shock us with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman just joins up with Brock. So that's interesting and not a good sign. Let's say that, because I'm like, oh crap. I think me thinks that John's gonna lose, but then John comes out with a gaggle of kids, for real, a whole gaggle comes out. There's a bunch of them, probably 20 to 30, and they're just all having a good time. And I'm like, uh-oh, this raised some red flags, because the last time John Cena brought out a bunch of kids was WrestleMania 38, or was it 37, when he lost to Austin Theory. Oh man, he gets in the ring and he proceeds to get pummeled and beat up. I think he got 2, maybe 3 attitude adjustments on Brock Lesnar, but for the most part, this was SummerSlam 2012, 13, whenever he decimated John Cena. That's what it was. I literally did a how do you ruin WrestlePalooza video for the Patreon channel, and I literally said, just repeat that SummerSlam and have Brock Lesnar squash John Cena. That's what they did, and that's what happened. It definitely kind of sort of ruined this PLE for me. And so I don't even know. I'm going to tell you straight up, I don't think my judgment is going to be that fair. When I do my chops, when I determine how many chops it is, I don't think it's going to be fair, because this match sucked the life out of me. I was so mad. I kind of paid attention to the next match, but I was just so angry that John lost that that I couldn't even give the Brawns the proper attention. No, we got 5 appearances left, and they took it from us. They have Brock Lesnar win. Why? So we can get a rematch? I don't want a freaking rematch with Brock Lesnar. I just don't. I didn't want him in the first place, but it's now we got to see it again. They even said in the Unreal documentary that we're on the last page of John Cena's career. Can't mess that up, right? Wrong. You messed it up, Triple H. And See, this was the first hour of the PLE for me. I get it. I'm a 45-year-old dude, and there's a lot more problems in the world, but I don't care. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan right now, so I'm going to crash out. This is me crashing out. Oh, God, that's what the booking is right now for just John Cena. What are we going to do? What are we going to do for John Cena's, final match? We can bring out The Undertaker. Wheel out The Undertaker. He actually appears tonight, and that could be John Cena's final match, because apparently we can't have nice things. I just don't. I don't know. So Brock just decimates. Boom, boom, boom. 15, 28, I don't know, 300 F5s, and done. John Cena loses, and Brock gets to walk away. I've not been this mad since WrestleMania 30. WrestleMania 30, like, that definitely, like, I was even madder then, but, like, this, I don't get it. I don't get it. I said on my live stream that I'm going to burn all my Brock Lesnar shirts. I have like 3 of them. I was so freaking mad. So mad. I'm still mad. If you couldn't tell, I'm passionate. So if you want to like make fun of me for how I feel, I don't care. Call me a wrestling mark. I am a mark, and I'm passionate about what I love, and I love wrestling, and I did not love this outcome. John Cena lost, and it really just... So I go into the next match, right, and I'm just so mad. I'm watching it. It was kind of cool. Like, it was the Usos, and they came out as the Usos, not necessarily the yeeting, even though they eventually start the yeeting, and they do the encore, and it's a lot of yeeting, just lots of yeets. But then the Brawns come out with Paul Heyman, and, like, there were moments where I'm, like, watching and stuff, but I'm just so mad. That really just killed the opening for me. And I know there's going to be people who like it. There were some people who liked it. You're allowed to like it. You are absolutely 100% allowed to like that John Cena lost. And you can tell me why. But I'm also allowed to not like it, and I'm going to tell you why. And I think I have. So let's move on. But yeah, so the Braun match, it was cool because at first they got LA Knight. LA Knight, yeah, he's actually the referee. They made that call sometime during the pre-show or whatever. And I thought LA Knight was going to do more or maybe cost them the match, but he really didn't. There were a couple moments where LA Knight, being the ref, came into play, but for the most part, he was very fair. At first he let Jimmy Uso use a chair, and because Jimmy Uso's the only guy he doesn't have a beef with, it was like, wait a minute, what are you doing? But then Bronson Reed used the chair, and LA Knight couldn't disqualify him because, well, he let Jimmy do it earlier. So then suddenly it became like a no DQ match. They were still tagging in and out, and at the end, Jey Uso was bleeding, and I don't think it was meant to happen because there was blood on Braun Breaker's back even. So I hope Jay's okay. There was what's his name? Bronson Reed did a moonsault. I was like, and he missed. I felt bad for him missing. I've never seen him do that before, but yeah, it was pretty impressive. It was like Vader. That's who he has the body type of Vader. That's who he is. He's Vader. And yeah, he did a moonsault. It was when it was all said and done. It was like, I think, didn't Braun Breaker spear both Usos through the tables? Yeah, it was just kind of a haze because I was really still upset about what had happened. I really let that first match affect me. Then I was mad again because I'm like, wait a minute. So first we're going to let John Cena lose and all the kiddos literally crying. And then we're going to let Jey Uso lose. It makes sense that the Usos lost, but to do back-to-back losses like that with 2 of the top guys, I was like, okay. And then we go to what was the next match? I think it was Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, and this was a good match. This was a great match. I loved this match, actually. I have not been the hugest fan of Stephanie Vaquer since her main roster debut. I just don't think they've done a really good job with her, but tonight I was kind of like, I got on board. Now, granted, I think I'm more a Stephanie Vaquer fan right now because of Chris Van Vliet making me connect with her more so than Triple H's booking, because Stephanie's booking has literally sucked. But that said, Chris Van Vliet, that he's a YouTuber, and he did an interview with her, and it made me really connect with her and really discover her passion for this sport. And Io, I've known about Io's passion for a while now, and this was one of the few. Leading into it, I've been very much against the I respect you feuds, but this one kind of it worked for me. You could tell that they were kind of sort of friends. Michael Cole lied, though. He said that they had never fought before but they did many times in Japan. In fact, Stephanie Vaquer knows more Japanese than she does actual English. And but yeah, so they have a really good matchup. It was solid. no problems whatsoever. And I thought Io was going to win. I would put money on Io winning, but Stephanie won, and she did a really clean, I don't know what it was. It was like a corkscrew 450, not a 450, but it was something. It was something that I had never seen pulled out before, and it was, mwah, chef's kiss. Stephanie did a great job, and I love that her dad was in attendance, and she gave the title to the dad. The dad held it up because she comes from a very, very poor background, right? And it's just really cool to see somebody who, you know, like on the bottom rung, you know, climb her way all the way up. You know, she had to repair shoes to make a living so she could go and train as a wrestler. You know, that's just really cool. And at the end, we did get the Asian version of a handshake where Stephanie puts the title down and they basically on their knees bow to each other. I'm allowed to say that, I'm Asian, so relax. And they bow to each other stuff, and it's just that. Maybe it's because I'm Asian, and I was like, that's cool. So, like, I'm going to give a pass on this respect at the end, but let's not do that again. But right here, this was like, this would have been really cool if all the other feuds didn't have respect in it. This one would have just, like, it was so, what a moment. I really did enjoy this match. And then we have CM Punk and AJ Lee versus the power couple, Becky Lynch and Seth freaking Rollins. They have Becky and Seth on a pedestal to begin with, and I don't like that they came out first. There's a champion. Champions come out second. I'm going to die on that hill. They come out first. They lower from the pedestal, and they go. Then Becky... AJ and CM Punk, they come out, and even though CM Punk made a big deal of him not having music and letting his wife's music play, he had music, and then AJ came out and she skipped. It was a really cool sequence in the beginning where AJ wants to start, but Seth is like, nope, I'm gonna do it, deal with it, and then she tags out into CM Punk. Seth runs around the ring, tags in Becky starts slapping CM Punk. Throughout the whole match, Becky, anytime she could get a shot in at CM Punk, whether it's a slap or a kick or anything, she did, and that was kind of funny. Becky is the greatest of all time, and that's not just me saying it, that's Sports Illustrated and Bleacher Report as well saying it. It was good. This was a very entertaining match. I do think it probably went 5 to 8 minutes too long, and that is a long time to go too long, but it was still good. I never fully disengaged. It was kind of a slow start, but it worked. Now, a lot of people in the chat were really hating on the ref because she would, like, I don't know, it was like she wouldn't let AJ come in because she missed the tag. She was like kind of stopping the bad guys, but that would just lead for more cheating to happen. This was a very old school style of telling. I can tell that probably CM Punk might have put this match together because it was very, very, it reminded me of like how they would like the bad guy team would cheat and just constantly cut off the hot tag. It was like rock and roll express, Ricky Morton type stuff, and I enjoyed it. It was a callback that I enjoyed. So there was both times where like they would have like the couples like beating up the other couple doing the same move. So you might have like both of them trying to do the GTS, or both of them trying to do submission moves, or both of them trying to do the pedigree. There was one cool time where they were on the desk the announcers tables, and what had happened? Punk had Seth in the go to sleep, and Becky just throws AJ into Punk, and there was plenty of times, there got to a point where I started doubting. I actually started doubting that, what if Triple H lets AJ get pinned? He let John Cena get pinned, so, like, there is an element of, wow, I can't believe they'll do anything with John Cena's pin, but I don't care, John Cena should have won. He's been the GOAT of the company for 20 years. But here, I did start to doubt, and that's a credit to the performers here, because, like, there's no way I would have doubted AJ's victory before this match, but they kept it going so long that eventually I started to doubt it. Punk never fully, like, he doesn't full on hit Becky, but he will put her in a sharpshooter, and Becky will put Punk in a sharpshooter too. So, you know, a lot of cool things. It was a good match. Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer and this mixed match was great. I would say go and watch it, especially if you're a fan of them. I think you would like it. And eventually AJ Lee will win. And some people were like, "Oh, I can't believe the champions lost." And I fully understand that sentiment. I usually will even agree with it. But because I know what they're doing and how they're trying to keep Punk away from world titles until like WrestleMania, Punk needs to get some wins here and there. And AJ Lee getting a pin over Becky will justify her getting a Intercontinental title shot after being gone away for like 10 years. Can you imagine? For 10 years she's gone and then she walks in and gets a title match. She's not Goldberg. Only Goldberg gets that treatment. But yeah, so now that she has a pin over Becky, you can justify it. So I will say that I'm okay. I'm actually okay with this. Like, pure okay. Now, I hope that, next time, though, Seth needs to get some wins now, too, over Punk. Paul Heyman didn't come out, though, so that was interesting and head-scratcher. What are we doing here? Paul Heyman was on interviews, though, leading up to this, and then, I don't know. He was on interviews with Seth, so we'll see. God, I hope I put my audio on. Is my audio on? Yes. Oh, jeez. Woo! Audio's on. All right. Awkward. So then, by the way, this was the ESPN presentation. So much awesome and great. Well, they had fireworks, so that was nice. And in the first 40 minutes, I saw Triple H 4 times. So, yay. And then before the final match, Stephanie McMahon is in the audience, and we get the Biker Taker. Biker Taker comes out. Thought there was a bug down there. I was about to freak out. I hate bugs. But it just turned out to be a sticker. So Biker Taker comes out and tells Stephanie that she's going to be in the Hall of Fame. A little early, it's September, so I'm surprised they're announcing that already. Stephanie 1,000% deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I wish Vince would have sold the company to her. So not hating on Stephanie, but there's a part of me that thinks that Triple H wanted Stephanie in the Hall of Fame so he could be in a lot of the video packages leading up to WrestleMania. Because you remember last year, like every week he had one. So yeah, he's like, ooh, let's do 5 video packages of the Helmsley McMahon era because it was such a monumentous time for WWE. So, yeah. Anyways, moving along, we have Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes. And honestly, again, I'm just kind of like, at this, I knew, there was no part of me that thought Drew was going to win. I just didn't. Now, they did do a good job of making him look strong, or at least protected, but, I didn't think he was going to win. I hated that John Cena had lost, so I'm just like, I wasn't feeling it like I probably should have. If I take my wrestling fandom out of the equation, it would probably be I'd be like, yeah, this was a decent PLE, but no, I'm a fan. I'm a fan first, and so my John Cena losing and Drew being my guy, and I knowing that he's not going to win, it did just kind of bring the overall mood down for me. So what was I gonna say though? What was I gonna say? That's me, the YouTube reviewer. What am I going to say? I don't know. So, Drew, at one point, he takes out the turnbuckle, and the ref's like, give it back to me, and he just throws it. I thought that was great. Cody Rhodes is, faking. Well, not faking, but, he's acting like he has a concussion this whole time, and that kind of took me out of it, too, because they've made a great deal of, a big deal of concussions in wrestling, in front of the camera and not in front of the camera. So, for him to just be showing that he has a concussion, a head injury, it just, I was just so unbelievable that every time I saw it took me out of it. Now, if he would have acted like his leg was hurting, Cody was acting like his leg or his arm or something, but the head, I just couldn't believe, because he was, stumbling. He was stumbling. It was too much for me to believe that the ref wouldn't call the match. So that took a little out of it for me, but whatever. we kept going. At one point, Drew does get a visual pin on Cody Rhodes. He gets a visual pin, but the ref had gotten out of the ring. So that protects Drew McIntyre right there, because he's going to show up on Smackdown and be like, I should have won. I should have won. The ref, he had it out to get me. And then we also have a sequence where Cody is in front of the announce desk, and Drew's going to claymore him, but the ref gets in his way saying, no, you can't. And even Wade Barrett was like, that's a legal move. The ref can't do that. So the ref 2 times cost Drew McIntyre the match. And then plus, no, that's about it. Then when they get back in the ring, basically Cody will win. I don't do my reviews shot by shot, move by move. I just kind of do the overall matchup. But yeah, so Drew should have won, but Cody beat him. I understand. I knew Cody was going to win, but I will admit they did make Drew look strong, and this will be the crown jewel matchup right here. Maybe throw in, who knows, Randy Orton for triple threat. But nah, we could just do this one more time. So hopefully Drew McIntyre can win. Now that he's got this first match out of the way, I knew he wasn't going to win the first match. And if I'm being honest with you, I know he's not going to win the next match either. But he was protected, I guess. And it's not that Drew lost. I don't need my guy to win necessarily, unless he only has 5 appearances left and I'll never see him again ever. Then I need him to win. But if it's just like a feud, I don't necessarily need my guy to win. But because it was so predictable, yeah, I probably would have put Cody Drew before AJ Lee's match, AJ CM Punk. I think if they would have swapped those two, then it would have, I think I could have, the PLE would have been better for me, because then I guess AJ Lee was predictable, but it did eventually get not predictable. I don't know. Danged if you do, danged if you don't. What will I give? What would I give this PLE? How many chops? I did about 7 yawns. I did do 7 yawns. What would I give? If John Cena wouldn't have lost, I probably would have given it a 7 or an 8. But because John Cena lost, I'll go 6. It was an alright PLE. It really was an alright PLE. I just John Cena losing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if you're okay with John Cena losing, probably an 8 if I'm really being honest. But I'm deciding not to be honest today. So, all right, boys, all right, girls. No, it was a 6. I'm telling you, they should have just let him win. All right, boys, all right, girls. I'll see you later. I'll be more happy. Maybe not for hot takes, but after hot takes, I'll get back to my positive Pete self. Shout out to Simon Miller. Boys, girls, have yourselves a great day.